Hey, have you ever felt a sense of urgency around your work, about progressing, about making things work and making things happen, but for some reason, you just feel like things aren't moving fast enough, like you're not moving fast enough towards the direction you want to go? In this video, I'm going to do a quick exercise to help you move faster towards the direction you want to go, especially if there's some things on the line and it's time to make it happen. Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris. Welcome back to this morning activation. I'm actually recording it here in the afternoon, but I'm going to publish it in the morning time for you to enjoy and listen. I've had several conversations recently with people who have a similar story. And the story is this, that there's a sense of urgency around making something work. And for whatever reason, it's not working. But they say the same sentence over and over and over again, like, I really need to make this happen. I really need to make this happen. But they're not making it happen. And it's not necessarily a fault of their own. I think they're just stuck in a trap. Have you ever felt that way? You ever felt like you're kind of just like stuck in a loop and things keep repeating almost without your permission? Like, what am I supposed to do? How do I get off this freaking tilt-a-whirl so that I can actually progress in life? It's interesting. And I think what they're experiencing, because I've experienced this too, you know, as you guys know, I think about everything through the lens of story. Like, what part of the story are we in that's keeping us in this constant loop of chaos, a chaos loop? And so you look at the story and you think, well, where does chaos happen? And chaos generally happens between the point where the hero accepts the call to adventure and then the point where the hero completes the quest. There's a lot of opportunity for chaos in there. And I think what happens is we mistake the feeling of progressing on the journey for things not working. I've heard Myron Golden say it like this, that the all work works. It's either working on you or it's working for you. Well, there's a whole part of the story, usually, where things don't look like they're working. Like, we know what's happening, right? We know the hero's being transformed. We know that they're becoming someone new so that they can achieve the quest. But the hero oftentimes doesn't know that. They just feel like things are really crappy right now. But the truth is the work is working on them in that moment, even if it's not working for them yet. And so I really feel like that's an important lesson for creatives, for people who are starting something and people who are trying to make something awesome in the world that helps people. I think that's an important lesson, that sometimes that feeling you're feeling is the work working on you, even if it's not working for you. Now, when that stops is when you stop working, when you stop progressing towards the quest, the end of the quest and completing the quest. Why? Why do we do that? That urge to ignore the fact that this work is working on us, even when it feels like it should be working for us already, when it's working on us and we quit, that's how we stay in the constant chaos loop. It's when it feels like it's not working, so we quit. And then we start again. We answer the call. We go into the quest, and it feels like it's not working, so we quit. This loop is very, very common. And, you know, if this all sounds like gibberish to you, just think about it like this. You start off trying something new, and what happens right away is it probably doesn't work out like you thought it would. So you quit. And then you try to do a bunch of other things. You finally come back to this one thing again, and then the same thing happens. You progress. You hit that friction point. Things don't work out like they're supposed to, so you quit. It's like that, right? That's the loop of chaos. And I'm not saying this to downplay the feeling of feeling like you're stuck. It sucks. It's terrible. And there's a time to look at something through a different lens. And so what I want you to do if you're in that space right now is to pause, take a deep breath, and be honest with yourself am I starting and stopping? Am I starting this thing and then quitting? Or am I trying my best to stay in this journey and in the friction of moving past this this feeling of overwhelm that comes when the work is working on you and not yet working for you? And what does it look like to progress to the end, to see the quest through? When was the last time that you finished something? When was the last time that you stuck with something for a long enough time to where you get to see that it's working for you and not just working on you? And it's not easy. It's not an easy path, but you know what? I started watching The Hobbit last night. I talk about Lord of the Rings a lot on this show, but I was watching The Hobbit, and dude, it's kind of wild because in that story, the hero is this quest is kind of placed upon him. It's thrust upon him, and he has to accept it eventually. He didn't just not accept the call to adventure, right? He has to accept it, but at the beginning, it feels like it's placed upon him. And I think vision feels a lot like that. Whenever we have this exciting place that we want to go, we can see it in our minds really clearly, and we start to try to talk about it, but it's not coming out right. And then we start on the quest and everything doesn't feel right. It can be really difficult, but that's what it means to have vision. And in order to get to where you want to go, you have to have momentum. And so what we're going to talk about here today, what I want to do is walk you through an exercise. And we're going to do some EFT tapping. And I'm going to help you move out of this place. So if you feel like you're in a constant loop of chaos, this is for you. Okay? All right, let's do it. Let me turn on some music and we will make it happen. All right, I'm going to take these off because it's more comfortable for me to do so. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and then out through your nose. I'll leave everything behind. Just be right here, right now. Where else are you going to be, Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And one more time. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now, let's tap on the karate chop point. And even though I feel like things aren't working for me yet, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. And even though I feel like things aren't working for me yet, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I feel like things suck right now and it's just not working, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. All right. Things have felt hard lately, and I'm not sure what else to do. I'm not sure where to go. It feels like everything I'm trying to do is two steps forward and one step back. I really believe in this vision. And I really believe that I'm going in the right direction. But things just feel so difficult right now. And even though I know that this is the right direction, why then does it feel so hard? Why does it feel so difficult? Why am I experiencing so much friction? I don't know. But I do know this. I know that this was given to me for a reason. I know that I can see this through. And I also know that, if I'm being honest, I haven't been fully giving myself to the vision. I haven't been fully in, even though I say I am. And maybe there's some part of me that's afraid of what happens if it works. Then what do I do with this story of chaos? Sometimes I wonder if I'm committed to chaos. Like I have some sort of contract with it. I'm going to break that contract right now. I break and release the contract of chaos. And I break and release the holds of chaos on me. And instead, I'm going to choose freedom. And I'm going to choose to progress on this adventure that I said I wanted. Because it sure beats the alternative, right? I don't want to do anything else. This is it. This is the thing. So I release all feeling of chaos. I release all feeling of fear of progressing forward. And now I'm going to move forward because this is the way. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And one more time. And out. Just sit and see how you feel for a second. That contract of chaos doesn't have a hold on you anymore. You don't have to spend any more time in that loop, punishing yourself. You don't have to do that. We can let that go right now. All right. Take your hands together like this. Rub them together. Create some friction and some heat and just wash it over your face like you dipped it in the big cold stream and pulled up some water. Let's do it one more time. All right, my friend. Here's to no more chaos. Here's to exiting the chaos loop for good. I mean, look, it's part of the story. It's part of the story, and there's no getting around that. Like I said, there's a huge opportunity for chaos. That is the middle of the story. It goes like this, and back down, right? And then we circle back through and have another adventure and another adventure, and that's how it works. But there's a huge opportunity for chaos when you enter into the land of the unknown. That's probably where you are right now. You're entering into the land of the unknown, and there's chaos there because there lies monsters. I say that stuff all the time here. When you're going into that zone, just be ready for that. Just be ready for that to land and understand that you don't have to stop there. You don't have to spend your life in chaos. You don't have to do that. And I'm telling you this as I'm reminding myself. Do you guys know this? When I sit down and I do a tapping with you, it's also my tapping time. And what's coming out is not, it's me thinking about the people I've talked to who are in this scenario, but it's also thinking about myself in this scenario. This story has been in my life too. Getting trapped in this chaos loop. So what do I have to do? I have to realize that I'm in that moment, I've created a contract with chaos. And the only way out is to break it. Because I do not consent to staying here any longer. And you have to adopt that mentality. And you may have to do it more than once on your way to complete the quest. Listen, I don't care if you guys are getting tired of me here talking about stories. I'm going to keep on doing it because it's so potent, right? And we can relate so well to what it feels like to be in that arena, right? And anyway, I just wanted to bring that to you today, feeling inspired by some conversations I had, but also some, just patterns I've noticed in my own life. And creating this, hopefully, is an asset for you to go forward so that you don't have to spend any more time in that constant chaos loop. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, if you are a creative and you want to experience more momentum and you haven't downloaded the momentum map yet, you probably should. There's a training on that page. If you go to chriscreed.com/map, you're going to see it there, and it's going to be awesome. You're going to download it and be able to go through the training there, and you're going to get momentum. You do this every day, but also you do it at the beginning of the week, especially so that you can be fired up for your week and know exactly where you're going. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Have a great rest of the week. I'll talk to you soon.